This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. Today I want to say stop feeding my insecurities, my habits, and my addictions, and then tell me how much you love me. Isn't it amazing? You know, um, I was sharing with someone the other day about our habits that we're trying to kick, right? Some addictions we don't want to have anymore, some insecurities we're dealing with. And yet, it's, I tell, I share with someone from time to time. I said, look, I said, we talked about this. I told you that this is an issue with me. It's an issue with me. It's with me. And because it's an issue with me, you know, tread lightly on that because it's an issue with me. I know you don't have problems with that, but it's an issue with me. So every time you trample on that, it bothers me because I told you it's an issue with me. It's an insecurity. It's addiction. It's a habit that I'm trying to rid myself of. I'm dealing with something and I've shared with you what I'm dealing with. Now I need you to be more gentle with what I'm dealing with. And better yet, if you love me the way you say you love me, then cover that. You know I have a weakness there, then you cover it. Protect me from that, right? It's like someone says they have an addiction to cheesecake. We'll just go simple. They have an addiction to cheesecake. I mean, they just got, they always craving cheesecake, but yet they know they're not supposed to have it, or they know it's not good for them. So they're saying, I'm trying to break away from these cheesecakes because they really aren't good for me. And with me, I'm gonna go back to the cheesecake, but with me, anything that I feel as though has has a grip of me, I do everything I can to. I mean, I might love it, but I do everything I can to break away from it because I don't want to have an addiction that I feel as though later on will cause a problem for me. So the cheesecake, if that is something that my sister is saying she's trying to not, you know, keep indulging in cheesecake because it's causing a problem for her, for whatever the reason may be. She wants to break away from eating so much cheesecake. That's what she's saying to me. I love my sister. I love her. So now, I'm not going to take her to the cheesecake factory or bake her a cheesecake and say, girl, I was thinking about you and I know how much you love cheesecakes. So here's a cheesecake. Knowing that she's struggling with that and she's trying to stop that. And then I'm telling her how much I love her by feeding an addiction she's telling me she wants to stop. Something is wrong with that kind of love. Period. And so if you share with somebody that I have a problem with this and I'm trying to break away from this, I'm trying not to go to, I have a spending habit. I have a spending habit. And I will spend money foolishly, right? So I tell you that. I share this with you. And I said, I'm trying to save some money because I want to buy a home. I want to buy a car. I want to pay cash for my furniture, whatever it may be. I'm telling you, I have spending habits and I will go on a spending spree. So I'm trying to prevent from doing that because there's something else I want to do with my money. I shared it with you. You, because I love you, I'm telling you this. Now, you say, hey sis, how you doing today? Everything is good, right? You say, well, look, let's ride out today. I said, sure, let's ride. Now, the first thing you do is take me to the mall. And I have a spending habit. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me, knowing that I'm getting ready to go in my wallet? Now, you say, well, you still got to have common sense. No, you're right. I do have common sense. I don't know if it's common, but I think I'm highly intelligent. But still, and yet, you being someone that says that you love me, know that I've told you I'm trying to do something. Why would you put me in an environment that will cause me to be set in a place of temptation of something that I'm having to struggle with? That's where I'm trying to go. Now we can pit pat, pitter whack, but I'm just trying to go to some directs, if you don't mind. I share with people from time to time that I'm trying to build relationships with, and every once in a while, I feed them a little trinket, a little bit of me. I get a little transparent. And so once I give you a part of me, which is not easy and which is not regular. you know, you to say that you got a chance to know me, you have been privileged because I don't share me to that point. I may come on here and talk about different things, but I'm talking about the depths of me, to the core of who I am, what I love and what I enjoy. Oh no, I can't even count on one hand how many people can say, I'm in, I know. I don't do that. So here we are. But if I take the time to tell you something about me, and especially if I say to you that I have an insecurity, something about me I'm insecure about. My mama used to tell me, she said, Jimmy, you got big hands. You're going to be a big girl because your hands are big, So, but as I didn't, what that mean, got big hands, but I play basketball, where. But now, if that was an insecurity, which is not, it is not an insecurity, at all. I didn't become what she said, and I worked hard on that too. But if it was an insecurity, and I share with you, I really had a problem with my hands because people always say my hands are so big, right? And that's an insecurity about me. Now you love me, and then you come home to my, ooh, there's a lady at the job. She got the prettiest hands. Her hands are, so they're not like yours. But she got the prettiest hands, and right, small and dainty, not like yours. Now, what do you think you're doing to me? What do you think you're doing to me? And especially, I personally took time to tell you I have an issue with that, whatever that may be, whatever you tell somebody in secret. Because it's not something most times you share with everybody. It is something that you struggle with. It's a struggle for you. I talked to a young man who has, a struggle with something that he talks about, and he says, and it bothers him when someone compares him to someone who's different than what he is. So, and I said, why would someone do that and say that they love you? How can you care about me? It's like stepping on my foot. Right? It was an accident. But now, once I tell you, hey, you stepped on my foot. And you say, oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't mean to step on your foot. Okay, it hurt. But, now that I made you aware of why, of what you did, and that it caused me pain, right? Once I made you aware of that, that should lock in. That should not change. Because now I have an issue with my foot being stepped on. From that point on, you should be very aware and be cautious about not stepping on my foot again, because you know what the pain it brings to me. That's what we're supposed to be doing. My girl tells me, that she has an issue with something. I mark it. I take note of it, and I make sure I do not bother that which I know she has a problem with. If she says, I can't get my hair to grow, and I have this spot on my head, it really bothers me. Okay, now I know this. She shared this with me. So she does different things, whatever, but I know why she does what she does because she shared this with me. There's no way I would ever bring up anything about somebody, I don't care how somebody looks, whatever, that would I know it would hurt her feelings when I'm around her, because her feelings matter and I love her so. That's what love does. Love will not allow you to hurt someone repeatedly, when they told you it hurts. This is a habit and an addiction, an insecurity that I have. I have told you about that habit, that addiction or insecurity, and yet you still keep messing with it. You keep rubbing up against it. You keep agitating it. You keep putting it back in before my face. So it tells me the love that you keep telling me that you have. And I want to believe that you really love me, but they can't love me and keep hurting me in a place that you know I am fragile in. I'm weak in that area. I tell people all the time, when you love someone, you protect them in ways that, it's far more about, you get behind me, baby, I got you. No, you protect me from the things that you know that I am weak in. And I definitely do that for people who I know, hey, that's their weak place. If I was trying to help somebody, and I know they have a weakness in an area. Okay, I know how to work on cars. This is an example. I know how to work on cars, right? My husband don't, but I do. So when the car mess up, I go out there, put on my overhauls, whatever, I go tinker, tap, 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 underneath there, making this, and I'm working on the car, getting the car fixed. Now, when he goes talking about his car messed up and blah, 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 or something's going on, he may not want to tell them, yeah, but, but my girl, my wife, my honey cakes, whatever he want to call me, whatever. She got my car fixed. If he wants to do that, hey, kudos for him. But if he don't want to share that I'm the one who's fixing on his car, guess what? I'm not going to go into, he got all the guys around him and they around and having a good time, laughing, enjoying, eating at the grill, having a good time. And I go in there and say, all right, baby, I just got to fix your car. What it was such a thing, I had to change the spark plugs out, and then I turned around, and I changed your oil, but you had one of your coils was broken. I said, I'm out here talking to him in front of his boys. And I'm doing solid love. Now you would question that because he's also, he's a man all day long. You don't want to mess with his pride, especially not in front of the boys. There's certain things you got to do. There's certain conversations you have in front of people or not, because you must respect one another. You respect where they are, their strengths and their weaknesses. You still respect the weakness. I know you're weak there. When someone knows that you're weak there, they have to respect that area. Not try to abuse it, not to try to, to use it or tear it down. Or make mockery of it, Well, I don't know why you have a problem with that. You don't have to know why I have a problem with that. Just respect the fact that I do. And, cover me. Don't trample there because it's a problem. Right? And I remember a young man told me that when he was going to a particular building, people would always tease him because he was wearing, every time they saw him, he was wearing almost the same thing. And, every week he would wear the same, attire. And they were kind of like mocking him because of that, not realizing his situation. Sometimes, you make mockery and you make little of someone's weakness, someone's pain, and don't even understand why they have that pain and why you must trample really, really lightly or don't trample at all. Get time to know a person. Take time out to say, hey, I wonder why that person does that. If you care about them, if you love someone, you take out time to know them. You get to know their highs and their lows. Oh, baby, what's wrong with you? Why you sad today? Oh, I just having a bad day. Tell me what it is. Then once you find out why that bad day came about, you try to make sure you lighten the day instead of trying, I don't understand why that bothers you. You don't have to understand another person's weakness, their addiction, their habit, or their insecurity. You don't have to understand it. Just be gentle with it. Just, be able to say, I won't allow myself or anyone else to hurt you in those areas or try to bring you down because I'm aware. Being aware of something is just, the beginning of a battle to me. This person is dealing with something because of something that happened. And whatever happened may have traumatized them. So they have an issue with that. Somebody told me one day about waterfalls. They don't like seeing waterfalls. And I think waterfalls are the most beautiful thing. And I always, would do certain things because I love waterfalls. But they said, you know, it bothers them when they see a waterfall because they had an experience where they saw somebody, have, a bad experience, right? So when they see waterfalls, what I see is beautiful, they see tragic. So whenever I would send a picture or talk with them about something, I would never send a waterfall because I know where they are. Why would I? Why would I, when I say I care for you, send you something I know bothers you? Why would you do that? I have a problem with old women, old, beautiful, voluptuous women. Oh, they just, because I only weigh 100 pounds. And so these women, I just feel so insecure when them, because I don't have the shape that they have, right? And I'm telling my man that, he said, well, I love you for who you are. Now he told me he loved me for who I am, right? That's what he said. But every time I turn around, he's watching or talking about those big voluptuous women, which I'm not. So when he talks about that, knowing that I'm not, and know I have an issue with that, what do you think that does to me? It pulls me down. Why would you do that when I've told you I have that issue? You know, he done gained 40 pounds. So his body ain't like it used to be. And every time I turn around walking, I'm watching Michael B. Jordan on Creed 3 over and over again. Look, baby, let's watch Creed 3 again. I need to watch Michael B. Jordan. Woo, that brother got it together. Look at that core. Look at them abs. That ooh. And he's sitting beside me talking about, right? Why would I do that? And tell you in the same breath how much I love you. I wouldn't. I mean, we could watch the movie, but I'm not going to make a whole lot of, I'm not going to do all of that. It says, if it's in my head, it's going to stay in my head, but I ain't going to say it out loud because I love you. That's the same thing about you. Lady said one day, she said, I tell my husband all the time, you can look at the menu, just don't order nothing. I know you see them beautiful women walking by you every day. You're on your job, you can't help but see them beautiful women. I know you see them because I see them too. That means you can look at them. Just don't order anything. Just don't you step out of our relationship and start dealing with those women because we are in relationship. Makes sense, don't it? It sure do. Be careful and be mindful. When someone tells you they're trying to kick a habit. It may not be a habit that it may not be smoking, drinking, drugs, whatever. It might be something minute to you, but it's still something they're trying to deal with, they're wrestling with, right? Mine used to be a Pepsi. I talk about that all the time. And now I still drink a Pepsi from here and there, but it's not an addiction anymore. I ain't got to have it every day. And if I don't have it, I ain't got the shakes no more. But if I'm telling you, I'm trying to break away from something, don't put that in front of me and tell me how much you love me, because then I'm questioning your love. And then I want to now protect myself from that kind of love because your love hurts and your love should not hurt. Not when I tell you that bothers me. If I tell you I'm having issues with something, you told me you have issues with it. You done had so many women cheat on you. You had so many women have done you wrong. You've had women that, just treat you unkind. This is what you told me. Coming into relationship, you told me this, right? Now, so you have trust issues with women. And now you're trying to build a relationship with me. But you have trust issues. I understand that. And I'm going to what? I'm going to cover that and I'm going to protect that. And I'm not going to give you a reason to feel like that has been violated. Because you told me you have those issues. I understand what you're telling to me. And so because you have said it, from that day to this one, you'll never hear me come back and say to you, well, I didn't really go to such a place. I went over there and visit my friend because I feel like, I'm not going to give you a reason to question my sincerity, my integrity, and my loyalty. Those things will never be questioned. Now, in the same token, I want the same thing in return. If I tell you that I've had a problem with men doing this, that, or the other to me, don't come in doing something that I told you, hey, why you keep bringing that to me? You know I have a problem with that. Stop telling me about the beautiful women who are trying to talk to you. I don't want to hear about. Let them keep trying. Don't come bring it to me. You know I have an issue with that. Stop. Cease that. Because what you're telling me is that what I told you didn't matter. And if it didn't matter, you don't really love me. And does it make sense to you? It should. But anyway, if someone tells you, or if you tell somebody that you are dealing with an addiction, a habit, or an insecurity, and you have shared this with them in open forum, you've told them this, right? And their love for you should immediately go into this mode that says, baby, that you would never have to worry about me doing because I love you. And if I see anybody trying to mess with that, which I know you have a problem, if somebody's having a conversation around you and I know it affects you because you have issues with that, I'm going to change the topic with them, or I'm going to remove you from them so you're not affected by what they're talking about, because I already know. I could be across the room and somebody starts talking about something that I know that you struggle with, and I know you're in that room. I'm going to catch your eyes and I'm going to give you a smile, and then I'm going to say, hey, you got this. It's all right. Or I'll go over there where you are and sit beside you and just hold your hand and act like nobody will never know what I'm giving you is a calming moment, a calming and a comfort and some love, because we can't leave this place right now, but I can definitely be there where you are to let you know I'm with you. Do not or stop feeding somebody's addiction, their habits, or their insecurities when they tell you that bothers me, or that is something I am wrestling with, or that's something I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to back away from that. Then you help me, especially when you tell me that you love me. I expect my enemies to do exactly what you're trying to do, but not somebody who tells me they love me. Don't love me and do what you know I don't need you doing in a time when I need somebody to hold me, support me, encourage me, uplift me, and tell me we got this. Be my girl, be my guy, be my friend, be my colleague. And we're going to work this thing out together, because just as much as I need you to protect me, I will definitely be protecting you. And that's how we should live our life every day, every day. So remind yourself from time to time, if you got struggles, somebody else does too. And when you want your struggles to be respected, respect somebody else's, because they too are wrestling with something. And if they share with you, because see, you can't help somebody with something you don't know. See, if I don't know you like garlic and mushrooms on your pizza, you can't get mad at me because I didn't put it on there, because I didn't know. But once you tell me something and I'm made aware of that, then I can I can move forward, in a different, way. I can then try to meet your needs. But you can't hold me responsible for something I did not know. You cannot do that. You cannot make somebody, feel guilty or feel ashamed for doing something that they did not know, until they're made aware of something. Until you tell somebody, this is an issue for me, this is a problem for me, this is something that I don't deal with, I don't get myself in this kind of atmosphere, I don't go around this kind of environment, until you make somebody aware of that, you cannot hold them responsible. Once they are made aware, then you can take it to the next level and say, hey, we talked about this. My favorite words. We talked about this, and I share with you that that's something that I don't do. And I don't appreciate you putting me in that situation, because I told you I don't do that. And then immediately, you're right. You're right. Let me apologize to you, and it'll never happen again. That should be the only time you apologize for that situation. Now, you might apologize for something else, but for that right there, that should now be a lock and key in your mind. Yay, you're right. I'll never do that again. And don't. and don't. Not when you're talking about love. Not when you tell me that you care about me. Not when you're saying that you are important to me. If you are important to them and they are important to you, you will change the way in which you do things. Period, point blank. All right? Stop feeding the addiction, the habits, or the insecurities of somebody who has told you, I need help. Not harm, but help. Be a helper. Blessings to you. I hope you have been encouraged. If so, hit a thumb. That you like it, thumbs up, right? If you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you again for your prayers, your time, your love. Just taking our time to just view in, because I believe every day is a good day to learn something new. If you didn't know, now you know. And once you know, move accordingly. All right? Jenny Oya, nuggets and things. Be blessed, be powerful, let your light so shine. And remember, every day is a good day for a change.